Hey, sorry I haven't posted in a while. I've been quite busy doing a lot of stuff in here, to be fair. But we're back on it, and this time I'm trying out a new camera angle, and I think it looks pretty fancy. You let me know how it is. But for today's video, I want to talk about how to become a man of action, or why you should, more or less. And this isn't restricted to men. I'm just saying a man of action because that is the saying. So you could be a woman of action too. It's one or the other. Okay, so let's start. What really is a man of action, you might wonder? So, a man of action is what a man of unaction isn't. I don't think unaction's a word, right? But basically, a man of action acts on what he will do. He says he will do something, he does it. A man of unaction, my new fancy word, a man of unaction will say he does something and then he won't do it. So let's say here, there's a hammer on this wall. I'm going to pick up this hammer. As you can see, I didn't pick up the hammer. I'm not a man of action in that instance. But I'm going to pick up this hammer. I've picked up the hammer. I'm a man of action. Step one, we've already done it. We're men of action. Funny how that works, right? It's simple. I said I was going to do something and I did it. So now that we really know the very complicated term man of action, now that we understand it like professionals, how do we exactly become that? If that wasn't clear already, you just act. You just have to say you're going to do something and then you're going to do it. But this ranges, right? This can't always be so easy as me saying I'll pick up the hammer and then picking it up, right? For instance, let me tell you about something in my life. This YouTube channel. In my early stages of it, I was more of a unactionable, or a man of unaction. And I would say to myself that I would start this channel, but I'd always find some way to procrastinate around it. And I'd be like, well, do I need this mic quality? Do I need this camera quality? Do I need this environment? No. You can see back to my first video that it is absolute shit. It is absolute shit. But I got it out there and I emphasized how that video provides no quality. That's nothing. It was just the stepping stone. I said it's just the stepping stone so that I knew that the next video I'd have to be accountable. And I shared it. I shared it on a Discord channel with a bunch of other people. And I said, I'm going to be accountable. So hold me accountable. Or at least I said that in the video. And then I also asked them for advice. What should I improve? So on and so forth. But I sent it there so that I would have viewers who would keep me accountable. And I did. There were people who I spoke with who kept me accountable. But as you can see, that video was shit. It was just a stepping stone. But I was a man of action, and I just did it. Because what it did was it took the first step and it gave me the first lesson and it put me on the first step of the path to be here right now. To be here right now doing this. And same with all the other videos I posted. It put me on the path to post all those other videos, the ones I'm doing now and the ones I'm doing in the future. It put me on that path just by doing a simple action. So this story, I hope, can kind of go with you because you will have big things in your life where you will say you want to do it or you will do it. That it's one of the things you really want to do. But it's huge. And you don't know where to start. And so you procrastinate, like I did. What about my camera? Do I need a better one? What about my mic? Do I need a better one? And then, you spiral in a procrastination circle and never get anywhere. You will probably end up with a lot of those. But as my story shared with you, you're just supposed to take a small step forward. So for instance, if you want to get into a new craft, let's say, I have this hammer right here. I have this hammer, and I have, I don't know where my wood is right now, but I have wood. Or yeah, it's outside right now. I have wood, I have pallets, I can break them down. I have this hammer, break them down. There's pallet busters, which are just fancy items for breaking down pallets and getting their wood. So if you were into woodworking, or you wanted to get into it, and you had pallets, and you had all this stuff, you could procrastinate by saying, well, maybe I need a pallet buster, and then maybe I should go mow the lawn for a little while, get some money, and yeah, like if you're my age, you know, do some chores and get some money. Or I should go to my job and save up a little bit more and cut down, save up, go buy the pallet buster. But you already have a hammer. So you can do it, but of course, the small step should be taken, which is I'm going to bust down one pallet with my hammer. It's going to be difficult. I'm not saying you should bust down a pallet with a hammer. I've tried this. It's not very good. But in a hypothetical, metaphorical instance, you bust down the pallet with just the hammer. One pallet, one hammer. That is your small step. So take this with everything, every big goal you have, and start small. This is how you become a man of action, just like that. You just start with the smallest thing possible. A shitty video, one broken pallet, one step on that stone. That's it. I'm telling you, it's as simple as that. You're going to have to continue it, but today, your challenge for today is to become a man of action, or a woman of action, a person of action. Become that today. So take whatever it is that you want to do, that you keep telling yourself that you're going to do. What'd you tell yourself that you were going to do yesterday that you didn't do? Think about it. You probably did. If you didn't, then well, think back to yesterday. Think of something, okay? Whatever it is, just do it. Do it right after this video. As long as it's possible, do it right after this video. Or do it today, just at some point. And then if you do, you've become a person of action. If you can't do it, do a small part of it. Say, for instance, you want to start your YouTube channel. You don't have to post a video like I did. You don't have to post a shitty video. You could. I highly recommend it. But instead, you could maybe just test drive and see, how well does my phone look? What's the quality? What can I do? Test the camera angles like I did here. Test the audio. Test things. You just did it. You became a man of action in a sense. So just do it. That's your challenge. Do one small thing or the whole task itself. Just do it. But now that you're set on with that, I just want to talk to you about the opposite end, which is the man of inaction, and why you should not be this way. Why it is so important that you do not end up this way. So, a person of inaction. My new word, inaction. They just say they're going to do things. And then they do nothing. They don't grow. They don't grow at all. They speak, and then they do nothing. This is the worst trait. Imagine how many things you could have in life if you just acted on all the things that you said you were going to act on. I really want you to think about that. How many things have you missed out on because you keep saying you're going to do it, but then you don't really do it? You have missed out on a ton of things. I have, you have, everyone has, because in nature, we're built to seek comfort, and comfort isn't going outside of our comfort zone, of course. So people of inaction, we're all people of inaction. It was built in from day one to be of inaction. Nobody was built to be an actionable person. We have to force ourselves into those situations, but that is truly honorable, and that is truly respectable. What isn't truly respectable and honorable is being a person of inaction who just speaks and does nothing. Who just says that they'll do something, but then nothing. They don't grow, they don't build, they don't work, they don't create, they don't help. They just talk. Imagine how long I could have gone on telling everybody, or well, myself. I didn't tell anyone, but if I told people I was going to start this channel to help out more people and to give them my advice and my journey, my life. If I were to make this channel, I'm going to tell them, like, I'm going to make this channel to help people out. I'm going to do it. But then I never did it. Months and months and months and months and months. And I never did it. And I kept saying, I'm going to help people with this channel one day. I'm going to help people with this advice I give. I'm going to help people with my journey. I'm going to help. But with months of me saying that, I did nothing. No videos. No cringy, shitty first low quality video. No, like, I have a community now. It's a small community, but it's a community of people I've helped. And I wouldn't have that if I didn't take that step. But if I always said that I was going to take that step, imagine how you'd look at me. You'd look at me like I'm just some fucking guy. And I don't mean shit. That's true. It's absolutely true. Because without action, we don't do anything. We don't grow. We just simply bat our heads at the same thing over and over. You need to take your first step. Otherwise, you're just staying the same. And you should never stay the same. Life is a constant up and down. Changing all the time. Different moods, different feelings, different cravings, different purposes. But if you cannot tap into this, then you are a stagnant person who doesn't do anything. And why would you want to be that way? So, become an actionable person. It's important that you never end up an unactionable person. It's horrible. It's just horrible. I wish I knew it earlier, even if I was able to take good steps and become a pretty well-adjusted, actionable person. I still would have preferred to know it earlier, but not at the cost of what I'm telling you today, because without what I went through, I wouldn't be able to tell you this today. So I'm grateful that I was some unactionable, purpose cuck. If you know what a cuck is, just a purpose cuck is it's a term I just made up, but you probably get the idea. Regardless, we all wish to know things sooner, but never forget the journey and why you know it now. So take this information from me, who knows it now, who knows it well. Use it to the best of your ability and just become that actionable person. I gave you a challenge. All you got to do is complete even the smallest bit. Even if it's down to, I have a rack of tools here for my hammer. Even if your hammer, it's in your garage, right? But you wish that you had it in a rack. Okay. Take some nails. Pop them in the wall like I did. And then you have a rack. You have now completed it. You're actionable. So whatever that, and that's so small. So take whatever it is and just do it today. Become an actionable person. I challenge you to this. I know you can do it. I know you can. If you dare have a good reason why you can't do even the smallest of things. I'm not telling you to do the big things. I'm telling you to do the small thing. If you can't do the smallest thing and you have a good reason for that, come tell me. But I fucking bet you don't. So take this advice with what you have and do my challenge. That's all I have for you today, my friend. Take care.